Here.
Lee? Here. Mark? Mike?
Yes.
Lonnie?
Yes.
Tony? Here. And Brandon. We do have a quorum. And third item on the agenda, reading approval minutes from the October regular meeting. Did we get a copy of those printed out?
No,
October's not typed up yet, we'll have to wait a month.
we'll do them next month.
It is what it is. I'm playing nurse maid again, so.
Item 4, discussion action finance officer's report.
November sales tax was $4,961.42. I know y'all probably get tired of me hearing this, but our budget is based on 45, so we're still over that figure that our budget is based on, even though it's down substantially this year from last month and the month before. On the financial report, the only thing that is out of the ordinary is you'll see on some of the stations, there was a transfer from 24-25 fiscal year to 25-26 fiscal year. I try to get as many POs closed out as I can prior to year end, but sometimes I don't, and that's what these dollars are, is what was left over, after June 30th. That just got closed out October, whatever date that was, 27th. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know that every station has one, but you can look at your particular station and see if it's on there. Let me go to 8200 account real quick. See if there's anything on there that's out of the ordinary. I should have done it before now, but here I am. The only thing, that isn't a normal cost would be the insurance coverage for the maintenance vehicle, the new maintenance vehicle, and then the locked out kits for the 700s. That was the only thing that's not an ordinary utility or, blanket PO that we normally open.
Kim, what'd you say the rollover from 1027 to 25, the 3470?
Yeah.
Was that from the stations?
No, what that is when we do our comm data blanket, it's always $7,500. And there was a comm data from June that closed out, and that let that much money in the June year. So it was actually fuel that we didn't use that goes back into the 8,200 account that come from the station.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, you're good. The comm data is, as soon as I undershoot it at 5,000, it's gonna go over. So I leave it at 75 every month, and sometimes we have to raise that, but we haven't had to do that in a long time.
Is
The
that
fuel
that-
prices.
Is that 3470?
Yeah, yeah. It's the majority of it. It might be some other little things, but that's the majority of it.
Okay, and that's on 11/3, it goes back out to 7,500.
Do what?
It goes back out to 7,500 on the third.
Yes. Yeah, cause the new one's open before the other one's ever closed. So it's open all the time. Everybody sign this? And that's all I have, unless anybody has any other questions. I should have made more copies of this, but. Y'all should start putting that.
I make a motion to accept the financial
Don't sneeze at me.
officer's reports.
Second. Motion made by Terry, seconded by Tony.
This one won't go today.
There's two of them.
Alright, Carrie?
Yes.
Danny? Derek?
Yes, sorry.
Jared?
Yes.
Lee? Yes. Mike? Yes. Lonnie?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
And I'm not positive that with not being printed on this agenda, we do have the September minutes that still need to be approved. So we'll probably carry, we're gonna go ahead and just carry this whole December, so it'll be on there, so that.
That's
We
in
didn't have
October
enough.
and September.
We'll do our.
Yeah, we didn't have a quorum for the September meeting last month, so, but we did get it printed on the agenda, so we're out, let's bring it back up next month. Item 5, citizen comments, concerns on the minutes, anybody signed in? Item 6, discussion and action on the 2026 fire board meeting dates.
Yeah, we had already discussed that last month and approved to continue the third Tuesday as
Yeah.
before. June 16th, there is an election, so we need to decide what we're gonna do on that particular Tuesday.
Okay.
Whether we're gonna have it on the Thursday or the Tuesday after, which would be the 23rd.
I say we just move it to Thursday.
Yeah, just move it.
It's easier to spend money on this, but it's better spending it.
It would be the 18th or the 23rd.
This you tax.
18th is the Thursday, the 23rd is the Tuesday.
Yeah, it's not the Thursday.
Alright, I'm gonna go recap that real quick so you can sign it, so I can get that fine.
Well, we will need a motion.
Okay.
Make a motion.
Oh, wait.
That's presented.
For the 18th, correct?
Yes.
Second, Carrie. And Carrie.
Yes.
Danny. Eric.
Yes.
Jared.
We.
Mike. Lonnie.
Yes.
Yes. Carrie. We'll have her change that. Item 7, discussion and action on possible funding of the new command unit. We discussed that briefly at the last meeting about it being on a percentage base, tax from each station.
Who was getting you?
We wanna replace
We're gonna replace.
Jesse's.
Which one?
We wanna replace Jesse's in one, that's the one that's gonna come out. We'll hand them down.
Well, I remember discussing, but I don't remember who it was gonna go to or what.
Mainly get Jesse's retired. Before he goes
Basically,
down.
take the worst one out, this week, and then step everything else down.
Step everyone down however we need to.
Are you gonna keep the old unit or are we gonna sell it off or?
We're gonna keep it as a reserve, just in case we have something go bad. If nothing else, if it pulls our air trailer or boat, or side by side or whatever we do. Hey, how's it at Station 3 with that air trailer and stuff? Be right there if needed.
Do we know how much that unit's gonna cost yet? I know we didn't discuss none of that stuff yet.
The truck itself is around 52. The outfit's around another 32, 33 or so. So it should be about 35 or 85, that's all.
Yeah, it's like 85.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
And we're gonna fund this out of the station and then out of the tax appropriations, is that right?
Yes.
Probably gonna
Well-
make some enemies now, but,
Here we go.
Why not?
so, looking at, one, to start with the fact that we're already down on November tax appropriations across the board. And so, looking at this across the board, to me, it makes the most sense to pull the funding for this truck from Friend, Bradley, Harold, and Pocasset. Whether we split that equally but they're the four that have the most amount of money. If we start pulling from, let's just go, I'm go Cox City, Minnecaw, some of the, Cox City, perfect example, they got just shy of $37,000 in their account. We start pulling money from that, we're about to be in a big grass fire season in my mind. We start pulling that and Cox City starts running a bunch of grass fires, things like that, then we're gonna be pulling money out of their account that they could potentially be needing. I think, to me, it makes the most sense that we pull from the departments that have the most amount of money in this situation, and not pull anything from the Cox City, the Minnecaws, the ones with the least amount of money. I know we could we could step this as well, but to me, it just makes the most sense to pull from, on this truck, pull from the top four or the four departments with the most amount of money, and then go from there.
About 85,000. Roughly.
Yeah, Acme's right there, if we wanted to pull, top five.
So I'll never get any money from the other departments?
Don't
Don't pull any other money?
don't pull any other on this truck alone. Now, moving forward, what I suggest we do is we have Rodney develop a, apparatus replacement program for how we can move forward after this truck on the next ones. But for this one alone, I say we pull from the top 4 or 5 departments and go from there.
Well, that's some of why the percentage was come up, was if we did a percentage, like say, it's not equal money, let's say 10%, when you're pulling 10% from that, and you'd be pulling, $12,000. So it actually, doing it that way may make it cheaper for some of the bigger stations.
Yeah, and then Cox City, so it's got $30,000 is only gonna be out 3.
Right.
That's still a lot of money for Cox
It
City.
is,
Right.
percentage wise, yeah.
Have we, talked to the district commissioners and asked them?
Yes.
about
Yeah, it was
anything?
presented a couple of weeks ago with the commissioner.
They did?
Said no.
What was that, Ken?
They said no.
They said no?
Yeah. But my pitch, I don't know if it'll work or not, but we give it a try. I mean, if we commit to buy the truck, maybe the commissioners will upfit it, or something like that. If they see us putting something into it, they might, but it's not gonna give us a vote.
Well, I know when I asked Gary the other day, they didn't have a lot.
No, they don't.
So the biggest chunk of it's
Road.
buying the truck, right? You said $52,000. Okay, so what if, we kind of look at what he's doing, what if we do a percentage for buying the truck? And then we get, cause I've said it before, I've got not enough guys in our station, and we're sitting on money that we're not using for right now. But it's okay, it's not gonna hurt us like it hurts.
Okay,
I also
so-
figured up in percentage wise.
So I think what you're
I'm saying if
going
we
down-
do the percentage to get to the 52,000 and then hit the 5 heavy stations for the
For the
upfit.
upfit.
Or
Instead
opposite.
of just nailing me and whoever for the whole chunk. That would take, it would knock down what's coming out of that $30,000 account down to like $1,200.
So what she's got here, is she's got it broke down to show, so if we did 7.5%, that put us at 88,000, and it shows you the numbers of what we pulled from each station at their current balances.
Gonna be pulled at these 3 increments, or we just pick
Well,
one?
that's just optional.
Okay, okay.
That's just optional, as far as what kind of money we're gonna be looking at.
Right. If you pull at 5%, we'd be getting 58,000.
We'd be paying for the truck.
Yeah, there's your number, the 5% would be to pay for the truck, and then you come back to the upfit on the 5 top ones.
Come up with a different approach.
To get it done, but then I agree with him that maybe we
So
need to
if
get
you
something in
took-
place so that we don't have to do this all at once again later. Maybe get something going now for the future.
So if you, instead of taking all of the money from them, you could pull 10% off of each one of those. You're gonna get $71,438.26. So
That's off your top 5.
that's off the top 5 right there. So if you pulled that and then you split the rest of it and say, so we're still, let's just say for the sake of argument, $15,000 short. So you're gonna pull 15,000 from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other departments. So about, let's say 2,100 apiece, 2,200 apiece. After that, I think that's a little more tolerable for all these other ones, and then we still.
I think that it's almost just flip flopping what I said anyways. I mean, the 5% from everybody, and then the top 5 are paying 5% to fit the truck. Either way, it's kind of, the numbers are almost identical back and forth. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, if you did the 5%.
Whichever way we word it,
You're saying.
he worded it way better
On those
than I
small
did.
stations, it would, be almost equal, like a 21, 22.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be biased here, I've got one of the stations, so.
Then you need your money.
But
I also don't need
Well, I was gonna say,
120,000 right
The
now.
deal is,
Right now.
the deal is, we all get the same tax appropriation.
Right.
Some of us wear trucks out faster than others. And some of us recently just replaced trucks in the past couple of years, and Barwell did, and Nicole did.
Pioneer did.
And we're in really good shape on all the trucks.
And that's what I'm saying, the money is really amongst all 12 departments. If we need to get it from other departments, I understand that, because if something happens, the other department's gonna help that station anyway.
Right.
So ultimately, the money is a pool of just our money.
We've all done that. Barwell's had a truck down.
And as long as there's not a big
Shake a truck down.
upset to where something goes down in their system, but if something goes down in their station, we're gonna all jump in anyway. So, Rodney, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that, and I don't think the board does, but, you know, I don't know what the chiefs at the other stations have.
I've talked to yours, he likes that.
Well, I know he does, because we ain't got a lot, but ultimately, you know, the chiefs kinda need to,
We've had a couple months to discuss this with the stations.
right.
Make this decision.
I mean, cause what if they got plans to do something? But ultimately, it doesn't matter whether they have plans to do something or not, we're gonna help wherever we have to. And, when's the last time y'all talked to the commissioners, Kim,
It was
about
on the
this?
agenda a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I think it
We've been
was on
hard
the
pressed lately
agenda
to
a
get
couple
into
of
that.
weeks ago.
I
Yeah,
can
know
tell you
that.
with the $12 million that they're spending on the courthouse, they're not gonna spend anything.
Now, that, you know, Gary was kinda talking to me about it, cause I'm adamant about getting as much money as we can out of commissioners, believe me. I probably bark more than anybody about that, because I think if they got it, they'll want it to as well. They gave us a lot last year and the year before, this year they've done a lot of road, and what they're doing now. So I know they're kinda strapped, I mean, so.
Do you have any idea or plan of what that truck coming out of service is gonna go to at the moment?
Yes. It will go in as a reserve
Okay.
and go to air trailer or boat,
Okay, and stay hooked up.
stay hooked up in there ready to go. Or if one of the 700 trucks does go down, we've got a spare to put them in for a little while.
The commissioner, even if we put in 5% with everything, the commissioners can't come up with 20-some thousand.
It'd just be another discussion we've gotta have.
Yeah, we'd
and
have to
see.
have it. We'd just have to-
Right, this year we've had all kinds of hell getting this kind of money out of commissioners.
So if they deny,
But we're still gonna have to.
where are we gonna come up with that other 27?
And that's where we said we'd come up out of each other's stations with the 22 or 2100. Is that what we just said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're still gonna come up with that money.
Right.
Well, I think we ought to do the 5 out of everybody right now, and then
Get the truck bought.
get the truck bought,
I agree with
find
that.
out what exactly it is, what it's gonna cost.
We'll have to go out on
Look
bid.
and see what we can do as stations to put in there, and then ask the commissioners, it's like, we are putting at 75%, we just want you to cover 25%.
There's another deal too, we could go out and reach out to some people for donations too.
Yeah. But as far as the upfit, we can discuss that after we get the truck.
Because we're still gonna have to go out on bid, so that's gonna take a minute to do that and find a number.
And then also see, you know, cause
Rodney,
you'll have to.
how good a shape is your truck in?
Got a new motor, new transmission.
We
about
spent about
100,000.
almost $15,000 on it.
Yeah.
$17,000 on that truck. I don't think we should be waiting personally, guys.
No.
I don't, we need to get another.
I think we bite the bullet on this. I don't think the commissioners are gonna come back with anything.
No.
We're just gonna keep going in circles with them, unfortunately. Like you said, you talked to Gary a lot, and so I talked to Ruth. I know their sole focus right now is making sure that they have enough money to remodel that courthouse and to move everybody. They're looking at purchasing another building just so they can hold court right now. So, while they do the remodel over the course of 2 years. So they're spending every ounce of money that they have on that courthouse and to remodel everything. They may end up, tearing down the DA's office. That was an option because it would get them back into that building potentially 6 months faster. And a little bit cheaper. They're looking at saving $250,000 potentially on that. So I think we just bite the bullet and we decide tonight how how we purchase this, whether that's, we do the 7.5 or the 5% or the 10% for the top 5, and then go and.
How
pull the
long of a
2200.
process will it be to, from today and to buy the truck, to get the truck and have it, do we know how long that
The truck
actually?
doesn't, you can do state contract.
Trucks think that, we just don't want it.
Trucks.
But how long would it?
Oh,
I think making sure to get it.
That's what I'm saying.
who knows when the truck will actually come in, I mean, we can actually do the work and find the number tomorrow.
So can we look at doing a vote on the 5% possibly, getting the truck purchased, and then we can cross the bridge about then, when we have an estimate of when it's gonna wait.
I think we're just kicking the can down the road by doing that. We're kicking the can down the road. Let's settle all of this tonight and figure out how to move forward. If we buy the truck, we say 5% to buy the truck. Now we're gonna come back in next month or the month after or whenever after the truck comes in. Let's just kick this down the road, or let's just knock this out, because I can promise you, everything's going to continue to increase in price. If we buy this and then in 6 months we say, hey, all right, let's go ahead and outfit this, we may not be looking at $88,000 anymore. We may be looking at $100,000 at that point.
But we can't outfit it until we get the truck.
That's right, but we can
But
appropriate the
you
money
have that
for it.
money already allotted
Yeah, it'd be a lot.
for, she could put it.
Right, but if it takes us 8 months to get the truck, those prices are gonna increase when we go to outfit it anyway.
But it might
If
not
we get a
take
bid
that
now?
long.
Yeah, if we get a
As
bid
far
now,
as
we
we
can
call
get
the
it
house sitting on the lot, exactly what we.
If y'all go ahead and do that, then we go out on bid, next month we award the bid for outfitting the truck and then the price is set.
And it probably will have an
will cover it,
expiration date.
because that's 80.
Yeah, cause it was 5, what was it?
Right at 5.
88, it was a little buffer. 7.5%. I agree.
It's whatever you guys think, all we need is a motion.
I make a motion that we take 7.5% from each station for the new main unit with the outfitting.
Yeah.
Outfit. I'm on Maxwell, sorry.
Anybody else, anything else, or a second?
So if we were doing it, splitting it, everybody would spend 7,000 if we were, everybody taking equal parts.
Correct.
Oh,
That put us at 84.
I know, we got more money, but.
That's 20%. 7,000 is 20% of Cox City's money. That's a
Right.
hit as low as they are right now. Not saying it's not their own fault. Don't do it to yourself. I'm playing, it was a joke.
Fixing trucks out.
It wasn't
The
funny.
problem is-
No, you had to do what you had to do with that money.
The problem is every station gets the same amount of tax money every month. But not every station's running equal calls. So your stations are running more calls for wearing out tires, for, breaking things, for having to repair things. So where's your stations
It
like,
depends on what you do with the money.
where your stations like Carroll, that run 6 calls a year, other than when they're assisting other people, they're not wearing things out daily, we see 3 or 4 fires today alone.
We might only run 4 this year.
Right.
So I mean, for real, that's a real thing. With that, it may be 4 this whole year, and it might be 400.
Well, I just don't wanna make anything. I'm sorry.
No, it makes sense, so to be.
I'll tell you right now, 100% against them, I'll put $7,000 out of 36,000.
I wouldn't do that.
Against Cox City, $7,000.
I'm 100% opposed to any of those things.
You got Bradley sitting on 200 grand, you got Harold sitting on whatever. And the deal is they just don't have the expenses. Like Naples has high expenses, but they also have a good one. So that one's kind of the one that's in the middle.
Yeah, I understand. But we might want to run truck things.
Yeah,
We got to spend it.
right.
Oh.
So how do we feel about,
Motion that's on the floor.
Well, unless someone has another motion.
I have a, take 5% every year from every station. And then the remaining amount, $30,000 comes out of my station.
Motion was to pull 5%.
5% out of every station.
I'd say no.
And the remaining balance
And so would I.
would come out of the 5 top.
Cover remaining balance from top 5 accounts.
Which are active. Bradley.
Harold.
Cohasset.
And there's nothing that hurts worse than seeing the money go away, but guys, that's a lot of the taxpayers' money sitting in these accounts, something needs to be done.
that's
And
exactly.
then did I have a second?
I did, I second.
And I totally agree with you, but ultimately, this is the reason why that money's there, so we can go do this.
Yes, that's.
So I don't, you know,
And the
even
same
though the
thing,
taxpayers'
if
money's
something
sitting there,
goes south,
we
we
need
need
it.
two trucks, we're gonna step up and help you, get your two trucks, just the same as we would the 700.
Okay, so just to be clear, we've got a motion from Mike, full 5% from each station to cover the expense of the truck. And then we're gonna cover the remaining balance to outfit the truck from the top 5 stations, which is gonna be Acme, Bradley, Harold, Friend, and Pocasset. I've got a second on that from Jared, so that's gonna go to the vote.
Acme, Bradley, Harold,
Friends and Pocasset.
Brandon, Pocasset, that'll be in our next meeting agenda, right?
It's right in.
Rather than-
That's the
That's
entire
the-
motion.
That's the vote list.
Acme, Bradley, Harold, Brandon, who else?
Pocasset. Carries.
Yes.
Danny. Derek. Jared.
Yes.
Lee. Mike. Bonnie.
Yes.
Tommy.
Yes.
Carries.
Good job, guys.
I appreciate everybody's effort on that, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a bad situation.
Well, that's why we sit here and talk about it.
Okay, item 8, county chief's report. Rodney.
Thank you.
No, Rodney, I do wanna know what happened today.
Which one?
The one that made the big boom,
Explosion.
well,
There was a tank on a location that exploded.
we didn't know, all we know is we felt the blast and heard it.
Yeah.
And that was call number 3 for them to call today.
Yeah, I knew, I'd seen you right.
We also got called to go to Bridge Creek and we didn't wind up going all the way. But the fire situation's bad enough, we're gonna be traveling a lot.
Yeah, it's dry out there. I'm thankful we're getting some rain here in the next few days.
The fire load is tremendous. It's not going out easy.
Oh, and congratulations on all your schools, man, I've been seeing that go on every week for a while, and that's good.
Got a lot of training going on.
All the stations and everybody that's doing that.
Different parts of the county. So you don't have to necessarily travel clear across the county to get training now. May not be what you want, but there is training in your area.
And if you're missing
General
something,
area.
those are getting thrown out there that you can hit one of the other locations to get.
Yeah, that's good, that's all good.
It did take our new maintenance division that we have, ran across the truck, the 2020 diesel. We already had the utility bed on it and everything, had 175,000 miles on it for 16,000. I bought that out, I had to do donations to get it while we could. Or ran away on us. Every truck like it I had found, they wanted 26,000 for it. So I latched on to it, spent the donation money that don't get replenished.
Yeah. And everybody here don't know what that account is? Well, maybe in the executive session, we can go over that with somebody one day. Like, half these guys don't know what that
In our
account is.
chiefs meeting before this meeting, we decided how we were gonna buy the tools for the trucks, get that taken care of. So it doesn't hurt anybody. Let me start today. I know it. Don't worry about you. Don't worry about me. I understood.
Any questions to, Rodney, anybody?
I'll talk to you.
Same.
I'll make a motion we enter into executive session.
Motion made to enter into executive session to discuss options, purpose of discussing employment, promotion, the motion to discuss discipline or resignation of the employer, personnel, section 307, D1 and D7, section 307, Carrie.
Yes.
Dan. Derek.
Yes.
Jared.
Yes.
Lee. Yes. Mike. Yes. Lonnie.
Yes.
And Tony. Yes. Motion made by Carrie, seconded by Black.
I have a chore still on.
Accept the new authorizing alternates. We do have one here.
We'd like to recommend.
Which one?
Chase.
Trey?
Nope.
Is you out there?
Just step forward and introduce yourself.
He's like, all right, I'll go right away.
My name's Shaden. I signed on with Bradley. I'm a Garvin County 4-H archery instructor. And
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
All right, motion made by Carrie, seconded by Mike, to accept new firefighter acknowledgements. Carrie?
Yes.
Danny? Yes. Derek?
Yes.
Jared?
Yes.
Lee?
Yes.
Mike? Yes. Lonnie?
Yes.
Tony? Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept retirements.
Motion made by Lee, seconded by me. To accept the retirements. Carrie?
Yes.
Danny? Yes. Derek?
Yes.
Jared?
Yes.
Lee? Mike? Lonnie?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes. Make the motion to remove Wyatt Pickle from roster.
Motion made by Tony.
I'll second.
Seconded by Lonnie.
Do we know why?
He didn't show up.
Did we get him,
A letter?
yes.
I don't know, did we send one of these or whatever?
We sent him a letter to return him here.
So still has not happened.
So he has had a letter of some sort.
He does have a letter, but he has not returned his meter, so.
Nobody can get a hold of him,
What?
the station chief or the assistant chief.
Someone will notify the chief.
Find out what's going on.
All right, Carrie?
Yes.
Danny? Derek?
Yes.
Jared? Mike? Lonnie? Tony? Item 11, new business from any board member that's occurring within 24 hours of this meeting. Anybody have anything going on that they need to address?
I wanna say we wanna put on the agenda for next meeting, the, accounts.
I probably,
The admin accounts.
that's probably just me.
Agenda for next meeting.
I'll put it in on my phone.
So everybody understands.
Executive session.
Robert's trying to.
What's that?
Can't make a motion and bringing it down, so it'll be on the agenda.
You make the motion, do it, Jared.
No,
Second.
not yet. I
What?
have one little thing. Nobody has said anything about Christmas. Are we doing anything for Christmas?
Oh,
Either, if that's something that we need to discuss, to discuss it if we're gonna do something.
So, no, like a dinner.
I just wanna, it's November, so I'm gonna say something now. If you wanna put it on the agenda, we put it on the agenda, if not.
We used to have dinners.
I think we kinda left it for the stations.
I said, last few years we've been doing it in just the stations.
I think you just leave it at the stations, to be honest.
Never mind, then I didn't know you know.
Everybody's got a lot of stuff going on.
Cause
It's
it's
always
too hard to get.
Well, we used to go do it at the fairgrounds, do a whole deal, and then give out 297 awards for everything on Sam.
Right there.
I'm making.
Seconded by Mike. Motion made by Derek, seconded by Mike to adjourn the meeting. Gary.
Yes.
Daniel.
Yes.
Derek.
Yes.
Derek.
Yes.
Lee. Yes. Mike. Yes. Monty.
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Yeah, I look like this until we get 20 days.